Okay, so we're here. We're at McDonald's. Kids are playing the play place. And you know what's really funny about doing a live video at McDonald's is that there's all these here and they're all staring at me because it looks like I'm talking to myself, which I think is quite comical. So I have a very funny story. So let's talk about that. I've gotten in touch with a lot of people that I have completely missed over the years, and which is really great, you know. A lot of people that I like, hi guys. A lot of people that I completely love, and a lot of new people. So a few things. First of all, since I've been posting these videos, I've gotten 5 out of 900, because now I have like 900 or 1,000 followers or something, which is great. I'm stoked. Let's do this. You know, bring it on. But anyways, 5 women. I mean, who knows? They could be men. I don't know these women, but I know 2 of them. But 5 of them have actually left their significant other because they wanted them to go to rehab because they were going through it, and they have messaged me and they said, you know, Phallon, we found the strength to actually tell this person they need to go to rehab. And 3 of the 5 have actually gone to rehab, actually admitted themselves into rehab for their significant other. And so I've gotten a few people, and they said thank you very much because they couldn't find the strength to, you know, get them help and things like that. So that's freaking amazing. You know what I mean? More power to you. 5 out of 900, that's a huge percentage. What is that, like? I don't know. Somebody do the math and like hit me up. Let me know what it is. So I think that's amazing. I think it's great. It really makes me feel good about the videos that I've done. So that's the first thing. Second thing, so my girl hits me up last night, and she's like, man, I gotta tell you, we were rolling, we were laughing. I'm not even gonna say who it is, but we were rolling. It was pretty funny. And you know, she's drinking, and I'm drinking, and we're drinking together, and we were talking about, you know, we're gonna do this show together on Saturday night. And she was telling me, I got a story I gotta tell you. And I said, okay, well, she broke up with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend was a total jerk. Okay, I thought my ex-boyfriend was a total jerk. No, this girl's boyfriend was a total jerk. She's got a one-up on me for sure. So she tells me that, how old are you, yellow, orange? You know, I have no idea what that means. No clue what that means. What does that mean, yellow, orange? Anyways, so she tells me that her boyfriend, okay, so she had this work presentation one day, and so they're drinking, they're fighting, this and that, and they get a huge fight, and she goes to sleep. She wakes up the next day, and she goes to work, she does her hair, she's late for work, or whatever she is, and she has bangs, right? So she goes through the whole entire meeting at her office. They go through this whole entire meeting, and as she's walking out, she goes to fix her hair, right? And she goes to move her hair right here, and he had drawn. How you doing, buddy? Are you doing good?
Are you talking?
I'm talking to the world.
Oh, cool.
And I'm waiting for you to leave because he just walked up right in the punchline. Oh, so cute. And there's the other one. Oh, and he's still here.
Hi.
Okay, bye. Anyways, so she moves her hair out of the way. She's looking in the mirror, and he had drawn a dick on her face. So she went through her whole entire meeting with a dick because she was sleeping and he drew a dick on her face. Who the fuck does that? Oh my god, I'm dying right now. Oh fuck, I was dying last night too. She told me some shit. That's hilarious. I'm sorry, but that has got me beat. I'm sorry. I even told her I'm going to use you as a story because that shit's hilarious. See this guy behind me? He's like trying to get in the picture. Boy. I don't think so. Anyway, so I thought it was funny. But anyways, she was also telling me the jail story. I've gotten a lot of jail stories. Hey. I've gotten a lot of jail stories lately. Like people tell me that they went to jail, got their kids taken, and then it just kind of rolls into like the funny things that happen in jail. You know what I mean? Like it does. I mean, yeah, it's a terrible time in your life, but there's some funny shit that happens in jail, like when you go to jail. And I've been to jail a few times. I have. Usually, which is really quite comical, which I think every single time has involved a helicopter. So, I think it's pretty funny. You know, I got a jail type. You know, but she was telling me that she had went to jail, and I guess she was so drunk that she kept asking everybody for a lighter. And so she wakes up the next day and she doesn't remember it, and everybody was calling her crybaby because she was crying around because she didn't have a lighter, and I just thought it was kind of cute, you know what I mean? So let's get into this whole jail story, right? These kids are really loud, man. They're awesome. We don't care. They're just like mobbing in this thing, whatever. Anyways. So I went to jail in 2008, and I'm sure everybody knows that. Hi. And maybe my new followers don't know that, but in 2008 I went to jail. I owned a business. I started it when I was 21 years old. I owned a construction company, landscape construction. I did hardscape. I've always done construction my whole life. And I went to jail because I had 2 employees that took generators, big generators, $20,000 generators, from my rental company and never returned them under my company name. And at the time, it was sole proprietor. What's up, buddy? Yeah, you can have some. No, you can't have some. It has coffee in it. Okay, you can. No, I'm just joking. So anyways, I had 2 employees that stole generators and never returned them. And so anyways, it just got to the point where when I lost my business and my business went under, they had basically said that I personally took the generators because my business was sole proprietor at the time. So the state charged me with it personally. Okay, but the way that they did it was pretty fucked up. Okay, they acted like they couldn't find me. They acted like the cops acted like I was hiding out from them with these generators. Like when they arrested me, they're like, "Where are the generators?" And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" They ripped my house apart looking for generators, like it was drugs or something. You know what I mean? Like, oh, she's got generators. Fuck, you know. Which is kind of a comical story because that's really honestly like I don't really smoke weed. No, I don't smoke weed now, but I kind of smoked weed then, and I was high as shit. And I get in my truck, and these people were like, I mean, they had full on tapped my house. Okay, they were tapping my house, and I get in my truck, and I look over, and there was this guy sitting in this car, and I'm like, that's weird. You know what I mean? Because I knew it in my head. You know that this guy is just not supposed to be here, and so I get in my truck, and all of a sudden I look over, and it's funny because I was listening to Dr. Dre, I was listening to The Chronic, and I just had turned my truck on, and I'm listening, and this guy walks up, and he taps on my window, and I look over, and here's a guy, got a gun right at my window, and he's like, "Get the fuck out of the truck!" And I'm like, I'm so high, I don't even know what the fuck is going on, you know what I mean? I'm like, so I rolled down the window. I said, "Can I help? Are you serious?" And he's like, are you joking, bro? And he's like, "Does this fucking gun look like I'm serious? Get the fuck out of the car." So he burps me out of the truck, right? Throws me on the ground, fucking helicopter, there's a dog barking my face, and I'm like, and I'm high as shit, okay? I look over, and there's all these undercovers, and they are high-fiving each other in the alleyway. We got flag, high-fiving each other over generators. The fuck? Don't you got something better to do? Like, Jesus. Anyways, so it's pretty funny. I think it's pretty funny. It wasn't funny at the time, because at the time I was just like, what the fuck? They literally, they pull out a search warrant. They're like searching my house. They put me in handcuffs. They throw me in the back of the cop car, and they left the cop car running. These dumbasses. And I literally was thinking in my head like, take the car, Phallon, take the car. But I had no idea why I was being arrested. So, anyway, they put me in the back of the cop car. There's no cage, and the car's running with the keys in it. And literally, what the hell? Anyway, so there was a guy that I was with. Of course, I'm always with a guy. Duh. And he was with me, and he was getting in his car at the same time. Well, they ripped him out of the car, and he had a bunch of stuff in his car. Okay, he had guns or some shit, whatever else, and they're pulling stuff out of the car. And I'm like, oh damn, they're after this guy. Like, damn. And I'm watching out the window. I'm like, fuck. So they come walking up to the car, right? And I have no idea what's going on. You know what I mean? I'm still like, generators and what's going on? They ripped this guy out of the car, and they're pulling guns out of his car, or coke or whatever the fuck they're pulling out of the car. And I'm like, watch out, they're like, damn, and I'm super stoned, by the way. Did I say that I'm stoned? I am high as shit, okay? And I'm like, damn, this guy's going to jail. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. And they walk up to the car with a freaking 8x10 of me. And they say, is this you? And I was like, oh, damn, I'm going to jail. So, it was not a very funny time. You know what I mean? Now that I can tell the story, it's pretty fucking funny. But at that time, so I go to jail, okay? You sit in the chairs for like 5 hours. And you get admitted in, and they have the guys on one side, the girls on the other. It's freezing. They put you in little plastic chairs, like thinking that you're all hardcore, and they're like trying to torment you. And so I get booked in on like $100,000 bail for generators. Like, call my grandparents, you know what I mean? I'm all crying. I'm like, oh, I'm in jail. I don't know. They said I stole generators. My grandma's like, you're a thief. You know what I mean? I have no idea. Okay, in all honesty, I was doing some fucked up shit anyways. You know what I mean? I just shouldn't have gone to jail for that. The things that I did get in trouble for were something that I wasn't even doing. But maybe God was like, hey, you're fucking up. Here you go. So, it is what it is. Okay, so at this time, my mom, okay, let's go back to that. My mom has been my mom was a drug addict. My mom was a drunk my whole entire life. And I was in and out of foster care my whole life. And in fact, when I was 14, I became a ward of the state. And so I was in foster care, and I graduated high school in foster care. That's a whole nother story. But my mom rode hard, my whole life. And we'll get into those stories. But I hadn't seen my mom in 2 years at that point. And I didn't know if she was alive or dead, or, I had no idea. She was running 4th Street, running Reno. you know, being homeless, being a drug addict, being a drunk, living on the river, and so I go to jail. With that being said, I go to jail, and I'm scared to death because my grandparents won't bail me out. Nobody will bail me out. They think I need God. They think I need jail. They need rehab. They need everything. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay. So I get booked in. They make you take a shower. They make you wash all your makeup off and take your hair extensions out, and you look like a plucked chicken. Basically, you go into jail looking like hell. Thank God they're all women because everybody looks like hell in there. And I go in. They make me take a shower. I'm crying because I at this time I'm so vain. I'm like, I have no makeup. I don't want to go in there without my makeup. I was young. I was like, what, 20, 25 or some shit. And I'm scared to death, and they give you a bedroll, and they give you this, like, box, you know what I mean? They give you this box of stuff, you know, your toothbrush, and your comb, and your bedroll, and whatever the fuck else, you know, little trinkets in there that you get. Top ramen, no, they don't give you that, you gotta buy that shit. So, I go in there, and there's this huge bay that they put you in. Okay, this jail is huge. The jail that I go into is huge. It's like 2 or 3, probably now it's like 4,000 people, you know what I mean? And they have open bays, right? So the women have open bays. And there's probably 200 or 300 people, 200 or 300 people in this one open bay, all women. And they're bunks, you know what I mean? They're like army bunks, you know. So you bunk up with somebody. They have, you know, certain offenders are on certain sides of the room. They have open showers to where I'm talking completely open showers. Okay, so if you are a female and you are a go on. I love him. Go on, keep going. Go on. Come on, go. Did you take your shoes off, bro? Oh. Anyways, thank you. I love you. Goodbye. Anyways, so where am I with this? Okay, so they book you in like 10 at a time, right? Oh, open base. That's what it does. If you are a lesbian, it is great. If you are not a lesbian and you are scared of taking your clothes off in front of somebody, you're screwed. And that was me. I was like, fuck, I can't take a shower in front of these people? Like, what the fuck, man? It is messed up, okay? They make it sure that you don't ever want to go back there again. It is not fun. It is not okay. And that's the first thing I saw when I walked in was like these open showers. I was like, hell, what the fuck, man? Really? Why did God do this to me? What are you doing? Okay. So, I'm sitting in line. There's like 10 girls. There's like 10 girls in line getting booked in, and you go up to the bailiff, and there's like a bailiff's counter, and there's like a circle, right? You know what I mean? Like there's like this big outline around the thing. And the bailiff is like, you cannot, you can't go past this line. So one person at a time. They come in and they check you in. They come in and they check you in. And you got to wait with your bedroll and look like stupid. And everybody's looking at you like up and down. Like all these girls are like, who's this girl? You know, fuck you, bitch. Blah, blah. And especially if you have beef with somebody in there, then you're really screwed. You know what I mean? Well, Shake up. Bro, we're at McDonald's.
I know.
Okay.
I'm a gorilla.
Chill. So anyways, they call my name. I go walking up there. The bailiff is like, all right, you're going to be bunked up with Bush. And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, your bunkmate is Bush. Do you have any questions? And I said, I'm sorry, who did you say? And they said, Tammy Bush. And I look over, and it's my mom. And my mom, I'm trying to look all hard, okay? I have no makeup on. I just went to jail. I've been crying. I'm scared as hell. But I'm trying to look tough. And here's my freaking mother standing there. Can I hug my baby? It's my baby. My mom's all sober, and I'm like, oh my God, they just bunked me up with my mom. Who does that? Who does that? The only time in my life that I've ever been around my mom for more than a week sober. So I spent 45 days with my mom. She got out before me. And that was the only time in my life that I've ever been around my mom sober that long. And she was my cellmate. So anyway, that is my jail story. I eventually got out 7 months later. So I did almost a year in county. That's a whole other story too. But anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Let you know that, sometimes there is some fucked up shit that happens, but sometimes there's a silver lining. Like, my mom's not alive anymore. My mom passed away. R.I.P. mom. And this guy's just moving chairs and stuff, and he knows that I'm on the phone. That's alright. That's alright. But at any rate, there's always a silver lining to something. So maybe not at very first that you think that there might be some awful shit going on, but there's always a plan. And that was my plan. So I went to jail so that my mom could be sober and I could have that time with her, which I thought was cool. So I just figured I would share that with you guys. I know there's a couple people that wanted to share, so I saw some of the comments, I saw some messages. So, you know what I mean? Send me some stories. Send me your stories. Send me some comments. Let me know what your silver lining was. Let me know what your jail silver lining story was. I'd appreciate it. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.